joining the Coast Guard in the investigation into the catastrophic implosion of the Ocean Gate sub that killed all 5 passengers on their descent to the Titanic wreckage.
They'll probably get to the point, if they can collect enough of the pieces, they'll get a pretty good sense of where the flaw was. Here we go.
Director James Cameron, who built his own sub to explore the Titanic that has been to the wreckage more than 30 times, believes the clues are lying in that debris 1,600 feet from the Titanic's back, including its nose cone and both ends of the capsule.
That carbon fiber composite cylinder is now just in very small pieces, and it's all rammed into one of the hemispheres. So it's pretty clear that that's what failed.
Industry experts had warned Ocean Gate's experimental approach, which included using that carbon fiber construction, could lead to catastrophe. But CEO Stockton Rush pushed forward with the sub without certification, what they call classic.
Jai Hind Bharatvaasiyo. On 18 June 2023, 5 people boarded a submersible named Titan, operated by the Ocean Gate Company, an American privately owned company based in Everett, Washington, that provides auto-submersible for tourism, industry, research and exploration. They boarded this submersible with an intention to see the wreck of the famous RMS Titanic. Yes, my friend, you heard it right. The famous RMS Titanic, which sank on 15th April 1912 into the dark, cold water of Northern Atlantic Ocean. But what actually went wrong with this submersible that it engulfed all 5 people on board? So let's find the story behind it. More than 100 years passed, but the craze for Titanic hasn't declined, mainly because of the evergreen movie Titanic, directed by James Cameron, and the love story of Rose and Jack Dawson has made the RMS Titanic and its story immortal. I hope you all watched the film The Titanic. Every explorer, every ship enthusiast has a dream to see the wreck of the Titanic by their eyes itself, and that attracted these 5 people who spent can you imagine, more than 2 crore each for this exploration. These 5 men are are British billionaire Hamish Harding, Paul Henry Nargiolet, Pakistani businessman Shahzada Daud and his son Suleiman, and the CEO of Ocean Gate itself, Mr. Stockton Rush, who was an aerospace engineer by profession. It was 9:30 am when Titan Submersible started its journey, and it had to complete a dive of 3,810 meters from the surface of the ocean to the bottom, where the wreck of the Titanic actually lies. This journey would take 2 hours to reach the bottom and 2 hours to reach the surface. In every 15 minutes, the Titan would send signals to the support ship named This was the only medium of making contact to the outside world. But in 1 hour 45 minutes, at about 11:45 am, the Titan Submersible stopped sending signals to Polar Prince, and meanwhile, the entire connection was lost. The crew of Polar Prince waited for the time when Titan actually had to resurface, that is 4:30 pm. But when they found no trace of Titan, even after 6:30 pm, they informed US Coast Guard at 7:10 pm. And from that, a race began. Can be said, a race against time. The wreck of the RMS Titanic is lying 600 kilometers from Newfoundland. The Canadian aircraft were deployed to find the trace of Titan Submersible, but they had to find it within 4 days because only 4 days of oxygen supply was available in Titan. They had to cover 25,000 square kilometer area, which seemed a biggest challenge, because the maximum area covered in a successful rescue operation till date is 4,000 kilometer square, which 1973. Few sonar-enabled ROVs, or we can say remotely operated vehicles, were deployed to detect the exact location where the submersible could be. After 4 days, the sonar heard a banging noise coming from deep inside the ocean, and the marine specialist identified most possibly it may be a component of Titan Submersible which has been imploded. Got confused? Hearing the word implosion? This is not explosion. There is a difference between implosion and explosion. In an explosion, the force acts outside, whereas in implosion, the force acts inside. The US Marine has considered it as a catastrophic implosion which snatched the lives of 5 innocent people. There are a few reasons identified which led to this disaster. Firstly, the entire body of the submersible was made with carbon fiber. Can you imagine carbon fiber, which was an experimental design? In the earlier deep sea diving exploration, the metal that were used in making submersible were aluminium and titanium. Carbon fiber proved to be a non-suitable metal for it, cause the pressure of water inside is 12,500 feet, maybe near about 6,000 psi, pound per square inch, more than 41,000 kilopascals. This immense pressure destroyed the Titan into pieces. Another reason is the shape of Titan Submersible. Because of its cylindrical shape, the uneven distribution of water pressure on every side of it accelerated the probability of getting destroyed. Second reason, there was no EPIRB tool, Emergency Position Indicating Radio Beacon, was there in Titan. This tool or this device is used to alert search and rescue services or SAR in case of an emergency out at sea. Thirdly, the area was so big where it was lost. The area was near about 25,000 square kilometer, 7 times bigger than our Goa. Fourthly, the stubbornness of CEO of OceanGate, Mr. Stockton Rush. Yes, you heard it right. The stubbornness of Stockton Rush. In spite of having so many requests from the engineers, oceanologists and deep ocean explorers regarding the safety measures of Titan, the CEO remained rigid and indifferent of the technology used in Titan. In an interview, Stockton Rush told that safety is just a pure waste. I have broken some rules to make this. I have broken them with logic and good engineering behind me. Can you imagine the CEO of OceanGate?
I'd like to be remembered as an innovator. I think it was General MacArthur said, "You're remembered for the rules you break." And I've broken some rules to make this. I think I've broken them with logic and good engineering behind me. The carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did. It's picking the rules that you break that are the ones that will add value to others and add value to society. And that really, to me, is about innovation. It's not invention. Innovation is when you take an invention and you make it, accepted broadly. And maybe think of ocean exploration the way everybody thinks of space exploration. Because this is where we're going to find the strange new life forms. And the future of mankind is underwater. It's not on Mars. We're not going to have a base on Mars or the moon. We'll try, we'll waste a lot of money. We will have a base underwater, because when the sun extinguishes, there will still be hydrothermal vents, and there will still be those life forms down there that are living off of chemosynthesis that don't need the sun. If we trash this planet, the best lifeboat for mankind is underwater.
He's talking like that. In 2018, David Lodge OceanGate filed a case against OceanGate regarding the unsafe technological practices, but there was a settlement done that time between the two parties. Now, the name of Stockton Rush has been enlisted along with the names of people who were killed by their own invention. No matter what, who was responsible for this incident? Is it Mr. Rush, who was in a rush to change the things overnight, or the technical errors? But what is absolute is that in a journey of seeing the RMS Titanic, those 5 men got embraced within the hands of Atlantic Ocean. The era has changed, but the fate remained unchanged. The myth within which Mr. Rush was living is like the same what people had at RMS Titanic back in 1900s called it's unsinkable. So it remained an unfinished journey. Hello viewers, if you like to watch this kind of informative videos, please follow our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. Hope you have enjoyed the video, and if so, please click onto the like button. This will encourage us to make such videos further. Thank you and have a good day.